everybody, and welcome to the Front Nine coverage of Round 1 of the 2021 Music City Open presented by Dynamic Discs. I am Brian Earhart, joined here by my lefty co-host, Nathan Queen. What's up, man?
Happy to be out here in Tennessee for the final national tour of the year. We're out here at Cedar Hill Park. Slightly different layout I hear from last year.
A little bit different layout, a couple different pin positions, giving us a bit more old school golf compared to what players are used to on the National and Pro Tour.
And we've got Nikko Locastro, Will Schusterick, Kevin Jones, and Luukas Rokkanen.
Yeah, Luukas Rokkanen from Finland. Fantastic player. Winner on the Pro Tour, I believe, in Finland. Fantastic player. Stoked to have the Finns over here again. This is fantastic.
Yeah, we've got a few international players this week. It's cool to see them getting into town before DGC. And that brings us into the Flight Factory drone coverage here on hole 1, 356 feet. Pretty technical hole 1. You've got a choice to go low or high here.
Nikko going with a little Stahlheiser. I like the play. And he's right there, circle 1.
Tough to get the distance with that style of shot, but gets up there into circle 1.
I want to make sure people know Will Schusterick. I know he hasn't been in the game in a little bit. This man who has won a U.S. championship 3 times, 2010, 2012, 2014. Will is a legend of the game of disc golf.
Just incredible stuff, and a Tennessee native, I believe.
Yes.
Sounds like he may have some sort of marching band call,
yeah.
collegiate-wise, in the background there. We did get some tee-off songs for this event as well.
And Kevin going flick turnover here. Whoa.
Doesn't quite get it to hold over as long as you want, and skips over into the woods on the right side. He is pin height.
Here's something really interesting about Luukas. A lot of people know Seppo Paju from Finland as one of the best throwers of the disc that we've seen in a long time. This man throws nearly identical to him, technique-wise. Very interesting. Tons of power. Puts it a little bit short, but still putting for birdie. This used to be a par 4. It was a shorter par 4. I'm glad they changed into a par 3.
And that's a good tree hit now that the disc is stopped. If you get maybe even 20 feet past this basket, you see all those trees back there make it quite difficult.
Yeah, you see Kevin, I'm not even sure what line he has. No way!
There's no way there was a line through there.
I mean, give us the Gatekeeper rewind. Yeah, look at this!
What?
There wasn't a line! Kevin goes flick turnover off the tee. Not necessary for such a Heiser specific backhand thrower, but man, what a putt.
Yeah, converts for the birdie there. And Will's Heiser carried a bit further than it looked like it would have off of the tee, but he does struggle with those trees all around this basket here. Pretty tight green once you do get up here.
Oh, Nikko going off the top band after being closest to the pin. Luukas is going to tap in a par. Kevin, lone birdie on the card. Very unique way to birdie this hole, I guess you could say.
And this hole is actually playing over par today, 3.07. It's a tough hole to access for the birdie, and I guess trying to run it and getting into this tight green probably caused for that over par.
Hole 2 has changed from the previous Music City Open. They have tucked this dogleg left, dogleg right par 4. They have tucked it all the way in, way up this hill. This makes this hole super hard to birdie.
Such a difficult birdie. Those wooden tiers that you saw going up is kind of the second landing zone, still leaving you 60, 70 feet away from the basket.
You kind of have to throw a hard skip shot to get into the first landing zone. Kevin cuts it a little bit too inside. But now they're forcing you to have to get a little aggressive off the tee here if you want to even look up the hill on that second shot.
Very low ceiling and very specific shot. Nikko gets a good shot here, but that rollback down to the left side, that rollback down right is gonna keep him out of position for a birdie. The spot he's in is gonna be pretty much a par play.
Well, getting a huge skip off to the left, that is where you want to be as long as that sits down.
Just that 10 feet kind of takes him almost out of birdie position there. He's got a tight inside gap that he could possibly go for.
Yes. Yeah, this one averaged a 4.65. So the pin placement here, tough to get the 3 on. Luukas throws a really solid shot. Doesn't actually get a good skip, really. And he's, like you said, pinched.
Over there around where Nikko's at. Kevin going with a flex sidearm here, just trying to get up inside of this first gap. And is not able to do so. He kicks off to the left side of the fairway. He'll still be scrambling from over there. A nice placement shot.
Yeah, players after practicing this hole enough have all come to kind of realize that a 3 is like a birdie eagle hybrid. 4 is not terrible. It kind of feels like what you're expected to get on this hole. Popping a sidearm down there. Yeah, Will had a terrible shoulder injury that started to happen towards the end of his career, and it just plagued him to the point where he kind of started having to take some time away from the game. One thing led to another, and business opportunity with Prodigy kind of opened up for him. But it was definitely strange to see him drop off so quickly, but you and I both know how nasty injuries can get.
Absolutely. We see Kevin get inside to the green. He'll have a long look for his birdie. A couple pitch ups from Nikko and Luukas there.
Get it. Okay.
Almost getting a birdie on the card.
Pretty much all week, that's like the closest I've seen somebody for birdie. 60 feet.
Shout out to Ben Calloway on my card, getting the birdie from 80 or 90.
Wow. Not too shabby.
And some good pars there. Pretty much what you want to get on this hole. Kevin almost able to save a miraculous par. Bringing us into hole 3, 266 feet. Decent amount of uphill off of this or going to this basket, it's pretty much a straight shot. If you're a righty backhand player, it's going to be a flat straight shot or a flat ante. Lefty backhand player is going to be more of a stand up to straight shot.
And this hole kind of shapes up nicely for the lines Nikko likes to throw, and he's going to be right up there next to the basket.
I guess it's not necessarily straight, but you just kind of want that flat release.
Exactly. If you go dead straight, you're going to be 20 feet left of the basket.
And Will not quite getting that flat release I was talking about. That came out on a hyzer and went off to the left side pretty quickly.
So much Finnish talent coming up these days. The depth of talent and how young a lot of these players are from Finland is alarming. Once travel restrictions get a little less, it's going to be wild to see how many of them come over here and do some damage at our events.
Yeah, it'd be exciting to see.
Oh, yeah. Park job.
Great shot from Kevin, going with the pretty flippy disc, flattens out late.
You put them in the car.
And you could hear Nikko didn't like that one out of his hand. I think we've all kind of felt that.
Yeah, I think we'll let him do his own commentary today.
Good save there after an early tree.
It's interesting, these par 3 heavy courses that we put the best players in the world on. Any kind of par 3 heavy disc golf course is a course that people can shoot double digits on very easily, but if you are not pinpoint, you're shooting even, and
It doesn't feel good.
no, it feels awful. A lot of these holes, a par does not feel good, but if you're not throwing precise, it can stack up pretty quick.
Yeah, and the rough on this course is pretty thick as well, so if you kick into some of that rough, you may be taking a bogey.
Hole number 4, new pin placement. It's tucked back into the left, so it opens up this left lane now. People can opt to go straight at the basket rather than just a hyzer around the right side. Kevin is going to try to go for a big skip shot. And Kevin sneaks through that middle section. Let's jump back. Kevin has one of the cleaner hyzer releases on tour. Keeps the disc nice and low. Rotates right into the angle he's releasing on. There's no guessing in the way he throws. Great shot. And Nikko, almost would have put him into about circle 2, but that was some nasty ground play off that tree.
Yeah, that's pretty unfortunate.
He'll have a jumper at it, but it's going to be a long one. Will's going to get caught up in the middle section. And that's got a swing.
Yeah, he's pulled that a little bit wide and with a little bit too much speed on it. He's pushed it about where Nikko rolled to.
And a bit of a dry start for 3 of our players so far. See if Nikko can put some green on his scorecard. Just off the top again.
Just like hole 1, just from a little bit further.
Kevin, skipping through the middle section, gives himself a birdie.
Yeah, and this hole did average as the 5th easiest hole on the course, 2.78. And again, shout out to my card who made that average a bit lower, Kevin Rorick, able to get the ace on the hole.
Wow. Air shot, skip shot.
All air shot. May have gotten a little sneaky through the trees on the right, but he threw it where he meant to.
And he got to just draw 1 on the scorecard, so not too bad. Bunch of par tap-ins. And we're going to jump into number 5. Lots of pars so far.
Except for Kevin.
Yeah.
I've never been more confident on the putting green than I am with the Nexus Firefly. To allow me to be part of the design process for the Firefly is a huge honor. It's a reminder of the success that I've been able to have with Innova Champion discs. The Nexus Firefly is the best putter I've ever used.
Here we are at hole 5, 236 feet. Very lefty-friendly hole, I'll say, as we've got 2
There we
lefties
go.
here. Just a left to right movement. You're going to take an overstable fairway or possibly an overstable mid-range. And throw your forehand up here.
Kevin pops his a little early.
You could go righty backhand, but it's just with the low ceiling and the uphill, it makes it a very tough movement to get that disc left to right.
Yeah, what Nikko did is pretty much what you want to do. There are those skinny trees off to the left side that makes it tougher to skip through, but this is the play.
Yeah, you see that leaning tree at the top of the hill. If you can get just right of it ideally, but right or left of it, and moving off to the right side, you'll be in a good spot.
And Luukas, beautiful sidearm. Parked. Let's take a look at his throw. That was a textbook sidearm. Kept that disc nice and high. And just popped it on a nice clean angle. Those types of sidearms are just becoming pretty standard these days.
Yeah, just slow moving and then nice pop at the end.
Yeah, nothing too overstable. Ooh, a little bit short there for Will.
Nikko can drop in his first birdie of the round here.
There's some green.
Yeah, able to connect. Gets off of that red band there. Gets some green on the scorecard. Luukas going to look to follow him in.
Yeah, I believe we have Luukas here. We have Vino Makela, Albert Tam. I believe Silver and Kristen are coming to USDGC this year. Just exciting to have the international talent coming back.
Yeah, for sure. I remember scrolling up and down the list and getting a little excited about it, just seeing the names on there. And Kevin finally putting a little bit of boring on the scorecard there.
Just a little bit. Little seasoning. Hole number 6 is a very interesting hole. For Nathan and I, it's a wonderful hole. Very, very nice little spike hyzer over this tree line. Basket is tucked way to the right. For the righties, there's a few options. This high spiking sidearm is common.
Yeah, it's unlikely we'll see anybody go the way the drone went. The only way to really reach this basket is for this high shot, which is incredible to me that so many players have this sidearm that they can go over the top of these trees with this. It's just...
Yeah, spike sidearm is not a very natural feeling shot. And Luukas throws a nice one as well that needs to get right. That's the big miss.
Yeah, that looked a little wide out of the hand. You really want to, even though you're going over top, it's more of a saw it off.
On purpose.
Yeah, you kind of want to saw it off. Kevin.
Grenade.
Going with the grenade.
What a follow through.
I imagine it'll be parked.
Come on.
Not quite parked, but
that's 25 feet.
25 feet, and that's just, I still don't even quite understand how the throw works. So, way to go, Kevin. Congrats on that.
We'll just let it remain a mystery to you, Nathan. There's only a few players on tour that really routinely use that shot. I've seen Ben Calloway begin to use the shot a bit more. But Eagle, we know, has it. Kevin, we know, has it.
And this is a lot of what you see on this hole. That's the play. If you don't go over top, you land around where they're at to just kind of pitch up to the basket. We saw all of them come just a little bit wide. You really need to get it tight inside of that first tree on the corner. Pretty good run from Nikko on a scary downhill green here, but he'll be tapping in his par as well. Kevin wants nothing of the pars. Gonna take another birdie.
Yeah, he gave us enough gray, just one hole. 3 down through 6, not a bad pace. Players didn't know what hot was going to be. You know, a lot of talk throughout the week, players saying the course was soft, you know, just because it's par 3 heavy. They're used to seeing a lot longer holes. You really never know on a course like this.
Yeah, like we were talking about earlier, it's par 3s where you feel like you need to get them, but if you get off of the fairway, it's pretty easy to take a 4. So even if you're on point, one hole will take you right back off.
What are your thoughts here, number 7, Nate? Nathan.
Oh, man.
I got you.
Hole 7, 632 feet. Pretty extreme downhill with a low ceiling. You've got to keep the nose angle down on the disc. I think mid-range is probably the best play off of this tee, or if you have the power putter, just to keep it straight in the center. And once you get out of that gap, it's a pretty routine shot to the basket.
Kevin almost getting that hyzer flip backhand down there, but a little bit too high.
Nice route, dude. Oh! That's actually right at the basket. Nice.
And Nikko,
he got all the way through the right side.
Almost making it out with no gap on the right side. Only has a couple trees to deal with now.
Was he being serious when he said nice route?
Sounds like it. Looks like he might have been.
Greasy.
And that's pushing through that right side as well. He gets all the way through. Give us that onetreeplanted.org tree love donation. That might be the best drive I've seen on this hole, and it was an accident.
Turned over just a bit much, but snuck through, got a kick, and went 70, 80 feet out of the gap.
I think the widest gap off to the right is like 4 feet.
And this is in a bit of trouble, but gets a good kick out to the middle. He'll be back in the middle trying to get out of this fairway yet again.
Yeah. Out in the middle. Kevin is looking up. There is a pretty nice gap up there. if you're far enough down the fairway. Oh, he's going roller.
Get the body English. Look at this roller.
No way.
Yeah, I feel like if they do the slow-mo with that footwork,
He's just outside of circle 2 there, and he didn't really make it that far off the tee. That's an incredible roller shot over the top of all these trees.
Yeah, I wonder if he knew how far he got down there. There's Nico's nice route, kicking him all the way to the bottom, easy up and down for the birdie.
Able to take advantage of that unfortunate tree miss.
Yeah, not even tree love, just tree miss. Luukas, on the other hand, got some serious love. He is way down here. No problem.
Yeah, able to just touch a standstill hyzer at the basket. Not often you get to do that on this hole.
Come on.
Oh, and that would have been an incredible birdie. Great bid from that far away in the first place.
He had a birdie from like just down the downslope on the fairway. And just not enough pop on that putt.
Yeah, we've seen it a couple of times this round, just not quite getting it up.
It's a nice birdie for Luukas. He's 2 down through 7.
Nikko gonna match him for the round. Birdies on 5 and 7 for both of them.
Interesting how the 2 birdies came from misses down the right side. Maybe there's a route we're not seeing. No, that's...
Let's try. Let's
No.
try it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Me and my brother and my dad were out there for hours just playing disc golf, having fun.
That's like one of the first things we usually say. It's a great family sport.
We got to do it as a family.
It builds relationship. Like, I know my dad so much better because of disc golf.
It's nice that that's something that we can connect and go do together.
My parents are 100% behind it. Bad rounds, good rounds, doesn't matter. They always have a smile on their face.
We don't call it sacrifice, we call it fun.
Get out there and have fun. At the end of the day, most important is have fun.
Hole number 8, 422, low ceiling, dead straight. This is a very satisfying drive to get right.
Yeah, one of the tougher par 3s that you do play on the course, or at least one of the longer ones. Very straight shot. If you can get it to finish left, I say that as a lefty, so, but you want it to finish.
It's a tough one for us.
You want it to finish left.
And Nikko is trying to just crush a flex shot. Gets the skip. And that's edge of circle 1. Kind of an unorthodox play on the hole. Usually
Yeah,
you
you
see
don't-
the stand-up.
You don't see many of the force overs on these straight lines that you want to hit. Force overs usually need a little more room to work.
Oh, and Luukas has thrown a bullet.
Get your flare.
No way! Terrible reaction off the tree. That kicked like 80 feet to the right, it looked like.
Oh, man. It's pretty unfortunate.
It had so much spin on it, too. I think it hit the tree and just...
It was still moving a little too quick once it got up there. And
What kind of golf is Kevin playing this round, man?
he's got all the power in the world to throw a hyzer stand-up straight shot there, and he's trying to go.
I wonder if he's just working on stuff at this point. I kind of like it. I like this style of
Yeah,
golf.
it's interesting. It's been fun to watch so far. And he's pulled this just a bit right. Gets a good kick, though. Shouldn't have to work too hard to get his par from there.
It almost feels like every time we expect him to throw his standard hyzer, he's not throwing it. I wonder if he is practicing other shots with the major coming up.
It's possible.
Hole 1, no hyzer. Still can't get over that. Didn't kick as far as I thought, but man, kicked him to a tough lie.
Nikko here from about circle's edge. See if he can break the tie from him and Luukas. He's able to do so. 3 down through 8 now. Puts him tied with Kevin on the card.
He's throwing it as great. 3 down through 8, but he's missed just a couple high. And this is that distance Will's been kind of struggling from this round. See if he can make a correction.
Get some of that height that Nikko's had this round.
Okay.
Gets it in for the par. Kevin looking to give us 2 pars in a row for the first time this round.
Yeah, hole 8 is one of the more enjoyable shots to throw on this course, even as a lefty. I like the shot that it allows us to throw. It's definitely a little bit tougher.
And another par 3 that's pretty enjoyable to throw here. The drone is more of a straight shot than is shown on the drone coverage here, 360 feet or so. And you've got a late gap to hit at the end, which is really the toughest part. Blind tee shot, you can't see the basket.
Oh, he's going flex again.
He's pulled this a little far right. We're seeing some pretty interesting lines out of these players.
I know, I
here.
don't understand. And you know what's interesting? At the Match Play Championship, I just finished doing commentary on, Nikko was opting for so many hyzer flips out there. And he's used to throwing lines like this. We might be in some sort of like Twilight Zone type
Bizarro
ordeal.
world.
Yeah, Bizarro world. I don't know, man. If Kevin goes like Tomahawk on this, then I'm throwing the headset away.
That plays good. I don't know.
Luukas with the hyzer flip, and it stands up just enough to get out of the gap. He is inside the circle, maybe 15 feet.
That's exactly how the hole's supposed to be played.
Incredible throw.
Okay, so all right, we're back to back to reality. Kevin Jones, hyzer stand up.
Oh, and it just catches that last tree, that last gap we were talking about, and kicks him off to the right side. Just a bit too much hyzer, maybe a little low out of Will. And even though it's a decent bit shorter than the last hole, this may be a tougher birdie.
Definitely. I think the route to the basket on hole 8 is cleaner, and it's late enough to where even if you hit one of the trees, you have a look at birdie. That's a great birdie from Luukas.
They do play pretty similarly. Wow.
I got you. Now I don't even know what the word is supposed to sound like, Nathan.
Anyway, they're only about 0.05 away from par.
Similarly.
Yeah, there we go.
Trip me up there, man.
But a great birdie out of Luukas there.
Yeah, I've watched a lot of the Finnish coverage from the Pro Tour this year, and a lot of the players are all very, very good at the hyzer stand up. That slow flip up to flat. That's what a lot of their play styles are starting to turn into.
Like you were saying, all their forms are pretty similar. And
Yeah.
I think it could have something to do with their form, the way that they
Absolutely. There you have it, folks. Nikko Locastro, Kevin Jones, and Luukas Rokkanen, all 3 under par. Will Schusterick just having a tough go on that front 9. We move into the back 9 stretch. Look at these scores up until now.
Yeah,
We
we've
got some shooters.
tight at the top, couple 6s, couple 5s, lots of 4s.
All right, make sure to subscribe to Gatekeeper Media on YouTube. We have the back 9 coming at you soon. I'm Brian Earhart. He is Nathan Queen, and we are signing off.
We'll see you guys out there.